Hello, Noofs, and welcome to a ZVT from IEM Katowice 2018. This video features the Dutch Terran in the blue representing Team Revolution. His name is Optimus, and he will be playing against the Red Zerg in the bottom left. He's representing Psystorm Gaming. His name is True. Ben, give us a score prediction real quick.
I think True is probably better, but not by that much. And Optimus has lately done... I don't know if he's actually done well in Nation Wars, but he's played in Nation Wars. So I'll go 2-0 for True.
Okay, fair enough. So I think I should mention True. So obviously I'm like True's Wikipedia page, so I can see what team he's on. Yada yada yada. They list alternate IDs for players on Wikipedia. True's two alternate IDs are Alone, yikes, and Feels Bad Man. That is not a mark of a happy person. I hope True has found
rough living outside of Korea as a Korean, probably.
I guess. I'm sure that's true.
Ha 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 ha.
I hope that he's found the light, because that is not... I mean, True is much more peppy.
Yes.
Maybe he switched to True.
Maybe.
After he got his bearings. I don't know. I don't know the history of it at all.
There's lots of interesting history with StarCraft players and names.
I know.
Players like... Who is it? I think Zest had some interesting past name choices. And then there's, of course, Major, or as he's now known, Special.
Special, yeah.
What all has he been? He's been, let's see, there's Special and there was Major. I know that recently talking that he used to play as Anna Prosser, who, for anyone who doesn't know, is In Control's now wife.
Yeah. And who has been In Control's girlfriend for the entire time she's been on the scene.
Yes.
So that's,
And he was windy at one point, and that's all I can think of now, but I'm sure there's at least 10 other names that he's played as.
Yeah. It is, I mean, you're giving a bunch of young nerds like us the ability to just choose a name and then change it often. You're going to get weirdness. By the way, this Reaper is just getting destroyed. No chance. Absolutely freaking wrecked by True Zerglings. I think I'm probably rooting for True just because of the alternate IDs now. So I'm happy that he happened to rebuff that.
Oh, and then there was the whole Optimus Reaper. Prime thing. Do you remember that?
No.
Back on Prime, there was this whole debate about one of the Prime Terrans changing their name to Optimus Prime after doing really well. It was was MKP going to be Optimus Prime, and then there was also Polt, because Polt used to be on Prime, and MKP was supposed to be the best Terran, but Polt ended up frequently being the best Terran. I miss Polt. I liked Polt. He was one of my favorite Terran players.
Yeah, Polt was a good time.
Do you remember Polt versus Stefano at MLG?
No. All I remember from Polt is the series in, I think, Austin, way back. I don't even remember what tournament it was.
Unless I'm remembering it wrong, because I remember when we were at MLG, they put on one extra match at the end of the night, and we stayed up late to watch, and I'm pretty sure it was Polt versus Stefano, because they had a bit of a rivalry going.
Yes. It might have been Ben. I am very sorry if that is what happened.
Polt and Stefano being the two foreign USA players.
Yeah, exactly. That joke was so funny for about 2 days, and then so not funny for years. God, that thing got beaten right into the ground. I'm glad Neve came onto the scene and is good, so that we can stop just doing that joking USA thing whenever some player who happens to live in America for 2 months.
Yeah. I don't know if Stefano ever even lived in America.
Yeah, I probably didn't. I feel like he's a French guy. So... Back to the old game.
Do you think we can ever go a whole game without talking about it?
Yeah, just casually. We almost did in that PvP series with the Dark Shrine.
That's true.
I mean, in a PvP game, you could absolutely just talk until the stalkers walk to the other guy's base and win.
Yeah. So if we recap the things that the viewers may or may not have noticed while we were talking about history of Terran players and such, Optimus has been going for this Hellion build with this third command center, not too fast, and there's also a hole in the wall, so now there's a Ling in the main, and True gets a full scout of everything. Meanwhile, there's some roaches out from True, and these queens are not in position, so Hellions are going to run into the natural. This is not great. Instead of going for the drones in the natural, they actually try and go for the main, have to run away. Very quick pause. And the Banshee has to run away. So for a moment, let's see. Look at this, right? It's just got these rotors and the thing in the back. That makes it a helicopter.
Hang on, Ben. So now that you very briefly summarized the game, we're pivoting to
it's a helicopter. Look at it.
A helicopter isn't like that, dude. A helicopter has one big thing at the top.
Sometimes it has two. It's just a sideways helicopter.
What does the rotor in the back do, Ben?
That's
There's
just
no
for
way that keeps
stabilizing
the
it.
float.
Every helicopter has those.
Oh, that's true. They're like little small things.
Yeah.
No, I still don't think it's a helicopter.
Nope, it's a helicopter.
You know how drones have those, and those aren't helicopters.
What? Drones don't have those.
Yeah, they do. Some of them do.
What do you mean?
Many drones have those.
Wait, do you mean these drones are like real drones?
Real drones.
Oh, I thought you were talking about these drones. I was really confused.
That's their drones.
Meanwhile, these cloaked banshees, there's no detection yet. So they're killing a bunch of
doing
stuff. And True's also attacking here in this small as roaches go siege.
Yeah, so those roaches are... Wow, he really needs to mark those back.
That siege tank now has only 4 kills.
Okay, and some Lings randomly dying.
Oh wow, that Ling just... Look at that, went from here to here. Oh, look at your Banshees, Optimus. Oh, look at your Banshees. Okay, there go the Banshees.
Yeah, you know, True lost a bunch of roaches by not paying attention that Optimus is natural. And so in response, just to be sporting, Optimus lost 2 Banshees by not looking at them.
But in the meantime, True has 75 workers and Optimus is only at 50.
Yes.
So time goes on. Interestingly, True looks to be actually going for a roach style and is getting burrow. So I'm curious what he's going to try and do with this burrow. He also has 77 workers on 3 bases, and it's just now starting the 4th.
Insanely oversaturated.
Yeah, he really needs to get at least some of these workers over. So, see, the natural's at 15 out of 16, and it's 30. He could have them both at like 24 or something.
Oh my god, that is brutal.
Infestors, Roach Ravager, Infestor. That's cool.
True is really just grabbing everything possible at this point.
Burrow Fungal wasn't the thing at this point, right?
I have no idea.
I don't think it was. Oh. There goes the Viking.
Rip Viking. Looks like Optimus is going to move across the map with these 2 medevacs and discover True's 4th. True probably won't see these, so he might lose this 4th and then have to stick with 30 drones on his 3rd base. Which would be super annoying. Oh, looks like Optimus is going to settle for just blank space instead.
Yeah. Are there any units over here? There aren't any units over here. There is Roach, or the Ravager Ling. Oh, maybe it's Ravager Ling Infestor. Okay, so he's not going into the Roach, even though he has the +1 attack.
Yeah. So Optimus is going to back out. Lots of pauses here, guys. You're so welcome for us skipping right through those with Ben's amazing video editing skills. Yeah, if the army walks across that,
you can't hear it, but there's music playing.
Ben, I think we've gone over that before. Oh, looks like some biles hit that medevac, by the way.
Oh yeah.
That's annoying. That's gonna make it kind of dangerous to drop. Is there a spore crawler back here? There's infestors. Oh, he's not gonna do it.
If he had Knurl, he could Knurl the medevacs and then drop out all the units. Can you Knurl a medevac that has stuff in it? This is a good question. I don't actually know.
I don't know. If any of our viewers happen to know, let us know in the comments. Follow us on Twitter.
Also,
there's a macro hatch going down for True, by the way.
True has not taken the effort to take these. He's got a changeling like 5 feet away from it, but isn't taking the watchtowers. That's a little. So that's really good to get these watchtowers.
Yeah.
They provide so much vision.
He's also just behind supply for some reason. I don't know what the deal is there at all. I guess he's been sitting on 3 bases with 80 workers for a long time, so maybe it's not the most efficient. I guess it won't matter that much either, because it'll be maxed. He also is banking a ton of gas for later, which is helpful for us.
Fungal? No.
Nope, hate to see that. This drop should get nothing done.
He's going to get some creep out of the way. Although he actually misses the active tumor, that kind of sucks.
Yeah, that does really suck. Oh man, I love just running a whole clump of lings at one drop. Oh, it's got lings scattered all over the place.
Yep.
Amazing. Yeah, that's cool.
So Ezra, take a guess as to the ratio of resources lost here.
Of what?
Of resources lost between the two players.
Good question. I'm gonna say that True. True target. All right, whatever. The whole drop's gonna make it out, but the medevac will die. So that's the end of that drop. Okay, so let me wait until the end of this map. I think that True has lost twice as much as Optimus has.
Okay. Nope.
Oh. Rats. Oh man, we need some more recent replays, my friend. Also, what is Optimus doing? That drop is hecka idle.
I guess he just doesn't want to drop into these Zerglings.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, there's a little creep island over here.
Yeah.
Reminds me, there used to maybe like cats or something. You know, you can put a queen in an overlord, and then fly it to the other side of the map, drop the queen, and then drop creep out of the overlord, and put a creep king down.
Okay.
And then you can have a little creep island.
Yeah,
Oh,
you could do that. Oh. Huge attack from True as he rolls in with Banelings. He's going to clear out basically all of this. Look at how many workers he's killing. He's killing 20 workers. So Optimus has his, what was a 4th base, shut down. Meanwhile, True has 5 bases finished. Optimus does have a small forest. That's going to get cleared up real quick. Catch a Viper. Yeah, that is annoying. That's a huge win for True. Although Optimus now is finally getting that little duo of medevacs going. He's sitting on 3 bases, Optimus is, at this point. He does have 54 workers. True, meanwhile, has 5 full bases. I think that Optimus is going to have to get on his horse and get something done. He's getting super active with these drops, but this is not a particularly wealthy area of the rich. I don't know.
Oh, another Viper.
Oh my god, another Viper? Come on, True. Not a particularly helpful part of the map to drop. He is getting 30 kills. You know, he's actually, even up the worker count here, he's ahead of workers!
Huh. Oh.
Those drops did so much more than you'd expect. Wow, he's just all over the map at this point. We can't even follow with our wonderful observer here.
Well, that might be overstating it a bit. Although some of that was actually there just not being enough cameras for all the things that were happening. Namely, there being 1 camera and 2 things happening.
You know, Optimus is actually...
Medevac.
Oh, yeah, there it is. Optimus actually got some work done with those.
Yeah.
He reestablished that 4th also. He is basically max. He's starting to build ghosts. Oh, Ben, we might actually get into a real late game game.
At least we're not on backwater.
Yeah, yeah, true. Have we had an actual late game yet? We've had long games.
Yeah, we've had
haven't
games. I don't know if we've had like crazy, like campy, massive, maxed out armies running around. Look at the space.
I love
Imagine
that.
if there was a nuke.
Yeah, I don't think that we've had an actual real late game yet. Optimus is gonna try to drop that 1 base with all of True's army. Yes. True has got that base covered. You're not gonna get anything done there.
Yank. Come on. Oh, there you go. He gets the full one too.
Yep.
And for some reason he unloads the other one, even though I'm pretty sure the Viper was not gonna catch up.
Yeah, I think he was pretty fine.
Oh, that hurts a little bit.
Grabs a corruptor. Where's that drop? Okay, alright, here he goes. Here they go. He thinks there's a few links in the queen here, but little does he know. Oh, wow,
there's 2 drones.
What is True doing? His whole army's here. Okay, I guess he doesn't want to show the whole army at once.
Yes.
Okay, now... I don't know.
The medevacs come back.
Alright, time to drop on this base.
Okay, these Marines are in for a rough day.
Yeah, absolutely. That's too bad. Wow. Probably a waste of family, but it doesn't really matter. You know, this has become a weird kind of skirmish game.
Oh, that's some good snipes there.
Optimus is taking a lot of really good trades all over the map, and
oh, Viper.
Another Viper.
Oh,
No,
True's
True.
control here really has not been impressive.
No, he does get that medevac though, which is nice.
Okay, now guess what the resources lost ratio is.
I'm gonna guess that it's twice True.
We'll see if this works any better than it did last time. Nope.
Oh God. Oh. Oh well.
So actually, Optimus pushing out to take this base. He is only on
Yeah,
4
it's gonna get
bases so
shut down.
far, and the 5th base is quite important. For this, Terran to get up to that 10 gas. There's a big difference between 8 gas and 10 gas when you're trying to make a bunch of ghosts and liberators and whatever else you want to make. I don't remember if Mass Raven was a thing at this point, but it looks like True's gonna try and deny this.
Yeah, he's gonna try real hard. He's gonna roll everything in. There's so many siege tanks there, and the low ground is gonna be pretty tricky. His infestors weren't with the army for that fight. There's also a bunch of ghosts now that Optimus has been slowly massing, and True is still just making straight lings. Does he have a hive yet? He must,
Yeah,
right?
he does. He's got all these vipers.
He just doesn't have a
Oh, that fungal! Oh, that's such a good fungal.
That's a
He's
huge
got so
fungal.
many
The
ghosts.
banelings roll in. All of the ghosts, well, not all of the ghosts. Actually, about half the ghosts go down. The rest of them, though, are going to become a real problem. Actually, a lot of them getting killed by friendly fire there. But all the infestors go down for True as well. So he's basically just producing Ling, Baneling, Infestor at this point. And he's taken over almost this entire half of the map. Optimus, meanwhile, actually failed to get that base up. So, in one way, True's
Did he lose the command center?
I think he did.
He must
I think
have.
Corruptors killed it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Huh.
Gonna try and push this creep back. This creep highway taking them all the way over to that base is very helpful. So Optimus clearing that out is going to give him a lot more time and stability. As we can see, a big Corruptor Baneling army coming in again. And okay, so let's look at True's bases. So he's got a fair amount of mining up here. He doesn't have this base saturated at all. He's sitting on 79 workers, which is, it's not bad. But if you're trying to do this super swarmy style, usually you want closer to 90.
Yeah. He's actually, he is still making some drones. His next few expansions will almost definitely be in the bottom right, because the other expansion on this half the map is right next to Optimus's.
Yeah.
And it'll be pretty tricky to take.
Looks like there's going to be a big counterattack down here. There's a planetary and 2 liberators and the siege tank back here. But if True commits, you could definitely take out this mineral line, which would...
Where's most of Optimus's army?
It's mostly up here.
Right now. Okay. I think it's way down. It looks like the little fungal ghosts are going. They're gonna all...
Fungals?
One fungal's
are really
taking 3, but he's
The
not gonna be able to...
in.
Yeah,
Don't really
he's not going to be able to make good on that fungal at all. So, but he did roll in there, and he did delay more mining, and he's going to get both these command centers.
Oh, if he can get these orbitals. Oh, but he gets snipes on the... he gets snipes, so... Oh, this orbital might burn. The mule dropped. Is it going to get there in time? Oh, just barely does. He needs another... Yeah, he needs another mule for this one.
Yep.
If every orbital command gets its own mule.
Yep, that's pretty darn annoying for True. He was about one volley away from taking out both of those.
Yeah.
But they both live. And Optimus has established that base that you're going to right now, which is good for him. True, luckily for him, does have multiple bases that he hasn't even mined from.
But he's made no effort to get, like, Brood Lords or anything. Does he even have a Greater Spire?
No. I don't think he does.
There's the normal Spire.
There's a Spire.
Are any other Greater Spires around? Doesn't look like it.
Yeah. Wow, we're 18 minutes into the game. You would really expect to see that.
Yeah.
This drop is going to come here.
And he made an
pick
Ultra
up the top
Cavern.
left
Has
base.
never made Ultras.
Yeah. It's odd. So, okay, true. True super. That's good. This thing will live. It'll get chased out. Is that... What's the arm?
Oh, this Widow Mine? Oh, wow. That was good micro from True.
Yeah, that was well done. How many Corruptors does True have? He's making 6 more.
He
still hasn't even
7.
started the Greater Spire. 7 total. Okay.
So
we'll
go
be
up to
at
13, yeah. This is a very weird army composition from True this game.
I know. And Optimus's production tab is bizarre, man. He's making 1 ghost.
Yeah. I mean, he's maxed now, so... This is a pretty scary maxed out army. Although there's still quite a bit of Marine Marauder. Obviously, as time goes on, you want to probably trade out most of that Marine Marauder as much as you can, which I think is what he's sort of trying to accomplish with these drops. Because you don't want to waste it, because there's only so many resources.
Yep.
But if you can trade it out somewhat efficiently and then make more ghosts, as he's doing now. And I wonder if he might try and trade out some of the tanks, because he does have a pretty high tank count right now at 7. I don't know if he might want to get a few less tanks so we can make more ghosts and like liberators. But I guess against the swarmy style, right, with a bunch of Ling Baneling, you probably do want to keep the tanks.
Makes sense. Yeah.
We see the first nuke coming down. That's exciting.
Alrighty, Ben.
And we also see Neural Parasite. So this is going to be a fun game.
Are you ready to observe some nukes, Ben?
I am very ready. At least the observer doesn't have to actually find the tiny red dot.
Yeah.
That would really suck.
Well, it used to not give you the mini-map thing, remember?
Yeah.
So it was always kind of a hunt for the nuke.
Yeah, but at least you could see the full indicator.
Yeah.
Instead of the tiny little red dot that True is going to be searching for shortly. Okay, this ghost looks like it's going to be the nuke ghost.
Here we go.
He's put his gun away. That means that Optimus picked hold fire so it wouldn't shoot.
Ben, what's the oh, okay. Well, this is happening. Wow, the SimCity makes this really difficult.
Oh, that's a really good fungal.
Oh, huge fungal. Oh, look at all the Marines and Marauders are all going to go down.
Oh, the ghosts are going to snipe every corruptor, though.
Oh, yeah, as I was going to say, that's not the super important part of the army. The nuke goes down! 14 drones! Brutal! At the same time, though, these ghosts are running back, and they're going to be able to clean up most of True's army. So there's, what, 5 corruptors left on the map, and a bunch of infestors, which are now throwing infested Terrans.
The infestors are running the wrong way. They're going to all get sniped now.
Yeah, they're just going to get chased down. Now, some big fungals are going down, and there's another nuke going down on another one of True's bases. Yep.
He doesn't have snipe energy. Yes.
Okay, so that is going to go down.
Wow.
And boom, 18 drones again. That's 32 drones to nukes at this point. What's happening in Optimus's third? Okay, I think he cleared it out.
Over here, yeah. These infestors did actually manage to get away, which is helpful for True. Both players actually down to about 134 supply. That's kind of funny that they're equal at this point. True has a much bigger bank and a higher worker count. Surprisingly, despite the fact that he's just taken a huge amount of worker damage to these nukes.
Yep.
That ghost, which must have had 30-some kills at this point, does die, unfortunately.
Yeah, I think it had 32 worker kills between the two nukes. Which is craziness.
True's creep spread has been pretty good. And he hasn't been losing bases, right? He lost a bunch of workers there, but True, or Optimus, has not been able to kill the bases of True, and that's really important to take out these, these peripheral hatcheries to stop this mining from happening. And so he goes up to 76 drones, and he presumably can take these gases and such. And he's going to just be able to keep getting back towards that max faster than True is, or faster than Optimus is. The ghost count currently at 20, though, is scary.
Yeah, and Optimus at this point is actually just making Marines, which you would not expect to be making this deep into the game.
I guess doesn't have enough gas. You can see this gas income pretty low.
Yep.
Oh, and there's no planetary or anything.
Oh, this is going to really hurt the income even more. So they both have to lift. He loses 15 workers. He's actually down to 29 at this point, which kind of becomes untenable after a little bit. It's, late game is mostly about bases, but you actually do need workers at a certain point. Especially when you're just making 7 Marines at a time and a handful of Liberators. True, meanwhile, is taking those bottom right bases. So Optimus has tried to expand again onto True's base with the base he's scanning out to clear this third lane. But True sees it. He's going to swarm this tank. Oh man, all those things are precious. Optimus's basically chance in this game at this point is the big squad of ghosts. Everything else should be handled pretty comfortably by True. He's going to get this expansion.
The snipe's going to get snipes on the infestors. He gets one. Oh, that fungal could be really bad.
One fungal whiff.
Oh, just barely does. Oh, he EMPs his own ghosts.
Yep.
That's a pretty big mistake. He's going to lose a lot of energy to that.
Wow.
That's not one you see very often.
No, I'm not sure that I've ever seen someone EMP their own ghosts.
I mean, if there's High Templar, then in theory, right, you can EMP your own ghosts so they don't get feedbacked. But against Zerg, there's no reason to ever actually EMP your own ghosts. Oh, big fungal here.
Yeah, big fungal, although there is a much bigger group
of these corruptors.
Yeah, those corruptors are going to go down. There's so many ghosts. So True has a more mobile army, and he's making it difficult for Optimus to keep mining, but Optimus has finally grabbed that base in the top middle, and he's also cleared out most of the corruptors. The problem for him is that he has no bank.
He lost like 3 Liberators and several ghosts.
Yeah. It's actually mostly a Marine army at this point for Optimus, which is really rough.
17 ghosts at this point, and 2 Liberators. So 2 Liberators is not very many. Of course, Liberators aren't so good against this, but the planetary is not done, and the fast swarmy army of True is coming in now, and it's going to look for forces
it's going to get shut down again. I think at a certain point, man, this
that fungal!
There we go! GG! That was amazing!
Well, Optimus didn't let us see.
Oh, so cruel of him to not let us see that continue.
As soon as this happens, you know that you're going to lose this entire army. All the ghosts.
Yep. So, GG, True takes game number 1 after choking out Optimus and then getting the greatest fungal and eventually Baneling hit of all time.
That was a pretty crazy game.
Yeah, absolutely. I really, really wish Optimus had let us see those Banelings hit the
Yeah,
ghosts.
me too. I thought it was really cool how True decided to play that instead of coming up or building one of these very slow, very powerful armies that Zerg players often do, with these Brood Lords, mainly, and Ultras and all. He really just stuck to the Ling Baneling with Infestors and Corruptors to support them, and he just kept rolling across the map and denying economy. And he ended up just sort of forcing Optimus back onto his part of the map and denying the pressure, and when drops did come out, he did a pretty decent job of defending them. And the effect was that he never really lost any bases that game. And so as the game went on, he could just mine so much more that he was eventually able to, whittle Optimus down. And I guess the thing with the Ghosts, the thing that makes the Ghost scary is that if you look away for a moment, all your units can get sniped, right?
Yep.
But if you aren't making as many of the expensive units, then I guess that's not quite as scary. And of course, you have a similar thing for the Terran player, where if you look away for a moment, you can get fungled, and you can also lose all your units.
As we saw at the end of that game. Yeah, the fungal was a big play, but the game was basically over already at that point.
Yeah, I think so. But it could have gone on for still a while longer, I think.
Yeah, that's probably true. Optimus just really struggled to establish another base. His gas income was really low. He was making almost exclusively Marines at that point.
Yep.
So he was pretty much out of it. I wonder if we'll see another long macro game, or if we're going to see some shenanigans this game. Ben is zooming in on the
water
sewers
isn't
again.
working. Why isn't the water working?
Oh yeah, I don't know.
My water's broken.
Maybe this is a discount version of the map.
Maybe. Or maybe it's winter and it's frozen.
Yeah, maybe. But there's still the little animation of it hitting.
Yeah, that's
things,
true.
So I don't like that.
Maybe
that's
it's like laminar flow that's so so smooth that you can't tell it's moving.
Yeah, maybe.
But see, this water
working
works.
way better.
See this water over here? That's working.
I can't see that water, Ben.
Oh,
it's not high enough quality for me.
Okay, down here there's water that's like rippling and reflecting and stuff.
Oh, huh. Wonder what the deal is.
Is this water
there.
working?
Hey Ben, there's some spinny things at the top of that. Are those helicopters?
Where?
You see those pipes? Move the camera down. You see those?
No, there's a fan, Ezra.
Are those helicopters,
No,
Ben?
see, they can't fly. Helicopters have to fly.
But helicopters are not.
Helicopters have to fly, Ezra. You can't just have a fan on the ground and call it a helicopter. I've got a box fan sitting next to me. It's not a helicopter.
Flying with the use of a propeller is not.
Flying with the use of
does not automatically make
horizontal
something
rotors
a helicopter.
makes something a helicopter.
I don't think so. I've decided that you're wrong.
It's a rotary wing aircraft, Ezra.
Uh-huh.
It's a
You can't just
helicopter.
don't throw nomenclature at me.
Looks like there may be some more helicopters coming in here.
Yeah, probably. By the way, a helicopter is a type of rotorcraft in which lift and thrust are supplied by rotors.
Yes, in other words, Banshees.
Yeah, you're probably right. Banshees are probably helicopters. Why do you think they're called Banshees?
I don't know. Maybe they're really loud.
Let's theory craft for a second.
maybe it's so annoying to fly a Banshee around that the woman inside is just constantly screaming.
Yes.
That might be it.
Is the Banshee operated by a woman?
I think so.
Is that person? Huh.
Unfortunately, with this thing, I don't have unit portraits on, so I can't tell.
Yeah.
And I can't click on them and get the unit sounds, but I'm pretty sure. Just like the medevac, which is what we're actually seeing out of this tech lab. It's funny how often nowadays you see starports with tech labs just not making things that need tech labs.
I know.
Oh, and we see a fast armory back here, so I guess we're gonna see a Hellbat, a quick Hellbat attack with this medevac, and then follow up with the Liberator. That can be pretty scary. Actually, it's gonna be a drop, and but there are 4 lings here and a queen.
Yeah, so True knows the deal. Those 4 lings are gonna. Okay, there are more lings. That's good. That drop is gone immediately.
But now we can follow up with Hellbats.
Yep. He's gonna regroup. He's gonna make them into Hellbats. He's gonna walk up into True's natural probably, and see what he can do. At the same time, he's making a 3rd back at home, and adding a tech lab. So he's preparing to transition to the rest of the game. True, meanwhile, has his roaches. He's adding some drones. He should be able to handle this pretty comfortably. Let's see those more.
Looks like he's going to try and do a multi-pronged attack with the drop and then these Hellions.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. True's got units in the main, and he doesn't seem to have any units over here, really. At least not a ton.
Yeah, so we've got those 2 queens, which will buy some time, but not actually win the fight. Meanwhile, in his main, the drop is actually going to walk past the lings.
Well,
so
this is getting really scary.
Oh, yikes. Oh, true! Okay, so these lings are also going to get shredded pretty quickly, and the medevac can micro the damaged ones. What is he doing? Oh, did he lose one? That was bad micro by Optimus to actually lose that. But he did get 6 drones, and the rest of them aren't mining, and these queens aren't going to win the fight. Meanwhile, on the other side, it looks like he actually did clear out the rest. So the only real damage is in this part of the map. These 3 Hellbats are going to chase down this queen, but they're going to eventually get beaten back. Oh, God. So there's nothing actually for that Liberator to do.
Yeah. Look at the amusing that the drones has like already run away. They'll just smack these larvae. Oh, and it's just getting shot from behind.
Yeah, not very effective. That queen actually escaped in the end, and it's going to help with this Liberator, which is now going to turn around and go to where the actual drones are.
Nope.
Nothing doing.
Back over here.
Poor guy, very confused. Totally trapped.
Looks like, okay, it's at least safe.
Yep, at least safe. Oh, thank goodness, this Liberator is safe. Breathe a sigh of relief, everyone.
It's flying over these things that aren't helicopters.
You know, it actually, yeah, I was going to say, it's going to kill that. You can't actually walk that by the Liberator, really. Okay. So, Optimus looks like he's going to pretty comfortably get his 3rd up.
It just runs away. So
I know.
Who do you think was responsible for deciding how the missiles should fly? Like, in what sort of squiggly path?
Oh, I have no idea.
You think there was someone whose job just that is?
I think it was probably a board meeting. I think, not a board meeting, a team meeting. I think there were probably 5 or 10 people who were brainstorming together in a very nice room with exposed pipes because it's a tech company.
Like these pipes.
Like these pipes. Yep, probably the same. Like a Chipotle. Like the interior of a Chipotle. So I don't think it was any one person.
So he's got 2 siege tanks inside medevacs here, and he's very slowly killing these rocks.
It'll be good. He'll drop the siege tanks into the lings.
Yes, that could
be smart. That way the lings will waste their attacks on the siege tanks instead of the
He can drop the siege tanks like right here or something. That could be pretty scary.
Yeah,
but it looks like he's actually going over here, and he's going to siege up over here and clear out some food.
Somehow Optimus is up 20 supply.
That is true. I guess True was put kind of. He spent a lot of time not mining when that attack came in. You know.
Yep.
As we see the pick up the tanks and drop them on this high ground. So it's going to kind of try and push back and forth. But this is a really long way away from the hatchery, so I'm not sure if this is going to work.
Yeah, he won't be able to bring the Zerglings back again. So he's actually going to lose a decent amount of Marines there.
Yeah.
So not a heck of a lot, which is annoying. Now he can get, friendly fire for days.
Yeah. Okay.
So he did finally get them into the tanks, but it didn't end up doing all that much. Liberator's chasing
the
overlords everywhere. I wonder how they decided on 2 missiles. Why would there be 2 missiles? Optimus is kind of just spraying across the map, and True really doesn't have that much.
There's no baneling speed yet. It's pretty late to not have baneling speed. There's a big counterattack too coming out from True, but he has to also not lose all this, this base here. Baneling speed isn't far away. Oh, there's no wall here at all. This is going to be painful.
Oh, and he didn't actually snap onto the Zerglings quickly enough to be able to siege up that tank. So those lings are going to run around. They're going to be able to kill most of these SCVs. Alright, good, so they are attacking. That's good. Meanwhile, Optimus has an incredibly scary army. I think Optimus should be able to beat True back in his natural.
Yeah, all these overlords. That's
he's just going to take this game. Yep. Optimus, wow. So after the initial harassment...
these banelings.
Yeah, that was optimistic. Some banelings are going to roll in here, but the splits are good enough. After the initial harassment, True was just so far down in economy, he had almost no army. Optimus managed to spread across the map and win the game. GG, Optimus ties the series up, and we are headed to a Game 3. So it looks like we're going to be on Catalyst. It should be less macro-y than maybe if we were on Eastwatch or Violet Square or something. I actually Ben, you saw the most recent GSL or 2 GSL groups ago, right? Okay. And sorry, spoilers, everyone. I think that the new TvZ meta is the most fun matchup meta.
Yeah, there's a lot
of
of really interesting stuff in
Starcraft
TvZ
2.
with a bunch of drops and a lot of pretty dynamic play.
Yeah, Maru introduced this really cool new playstyle that people are starting to adopt now in the new GSL season, which is really enjoyable to watch.
Yeah, for sure.
It's less campy. There's a lot of stuff happening all the time. There's a lot of
Of course, then
decisions
there's
to
Ghost
make at
Raven.
any given time. Yes. Yeah, and there's also a fair amount of games that just go for 40 minutes and
Maybe we should cast Avila versus
whatever.
the Riddler.
Not much happens, but
Full best of 3.
oh, we should.
But
People
I feel
would
like we
love
can't take that away from Colt Tarn.
Everyone would love to watch
however
that.
his name is pronounced, who actually casted it.
Yeah, and also, we'd go in knowing what was going to happen, so it would be less fun to watch. It's more fun to have it just unfold.
And to know that you're
insanity
casting it
of
live and you have to stay there.
Just unfold.
As you're an hour into the first game of a best of 3.
Yeah. Because if we were to do it, we would set aside, time in our day. We'd be prepared. I'd probably bring some coffee with me.
Yes.
But he was caught unawares and just had to handle it live on air in front of everybody else.
Is there anything interesting on this map?
You mean in terms of
yeah, there's a little kind of greenhouse thing with a tree in it, with birds flying around. That's kind of cool. You never take the time to look around the map while you're playing.
Speak for yourself, Ben. I spend most of my games just randomly looking around.
I'm sure there's some like Bronze Leaguers who actually do.
Yeah. Well, Ben, all right. You know the guy that
yeah.
is in my division with 17,000 games played. I don't know. He's not in Masters 1, I'll tell you guys that much. He's not even in Masters 2. I don't know how somebody can play 17,000 games. Maybe he's just looking around the map.
Wow, that Reaper nearly gets surrounded. That would be painful. Also, look at this.
Ooh, boy.
Well,
so Ben, what's this going to look like?
Kind of spiny back and kind of eyes on one side. I don't know if those aren't really eyes. So Scarlet did something like this not too long ago in the frame of reference of when this game happened, I think.
Yeah.
So it might be something like that, where the idea is that you get this fast +1, and when the Hellions and all push out, you let them go on creep, then you surround it, kill everything really quickly, and then you run across the map and do a Ling Baneling +1 melee Baneling bust attack thing. I don't remember. I thought she had three hatcheries in that game. So I'm not 100% sure, but I'm suspecting he's going to do something aggressive, because it doesn't make a whole lot of sense to just get fast +1 melee and then not do anything with it. He is going to expand.
Yeah, looks like he is going to get that third. Yep. So as far as Optimus,
there's no Hellbats or anything,
there's no way for him to know what's happening. No.
There's the
He's got the Hellions. He's got the medevac. This build for Optimus looks pretty similar.
Yeah, the last game he had like the Liberator and the Armory and all. So here's the Liberator, but he doesn't have the Armory, so I don't think he's going to go as aggressive. Here's all the servants. So, yeah, so this is going to be some big Ling Baneling all in. But if you don't, the medevac sees the Lings. That's a big tell. So now he should have an idea that something's going on, at least. Okay, and he's going to start fighting these. And obviously, off creep, it's pretty hard to fight Hellions with Speedlings, even though the Speedlings are technically faster. Okay, here's a big...
Yeah. And Optimus does have just a lot of Hellions. Can you check the unit stat to see? I think he might have 8. Yeah. 8 Hellions. 4 of them are in this drop, though, which looks like it's been seen by the Overlords. Yep, there are the 3 Queens.
These Hellions not in the right place right now.
Back at home...
Oh, okay, the Liberator sees the Banelings.
Baneling's starting to morph. That Liberator should be able to stop that.
If he sees the Liberator at the top of these Banelings, that could help. Okay, the Command Center goes down. The wall's already open.
Oh my... Oh,
Banelings floating across the map.
Are there... Oh, so these... Oh, these Banelings... Okay, so he's gonna distract
Oh, the
the
Banelings.
Hellions with some of them. Oh, the Banelings are gonna roll in and clear out all of those SCVs!
But there's not
So
enough
that's
Banelings
11
to the wall
SCVs
anymore, is
down.
the issue.
Might end up being more.
Oh, no, there is.
Yeah,
reactor
so
down.
he's gonna try to attack the reactor. Yep.
Yeah.
He attacked the reactor a little bit with the Lings in order to get down. And it looks like he's actually just gonna start running riot over the rest of this game. There's one Hellbat left and 2 Liberators, which Liberators will kill Lings, but you know, it might take a century or 2 to do it. And now that the wall has been broken, True can just run in. GG! True takes the game and he takes the series 2-1. Yeah, after that really neat +1 Speedling Baneling bus. So, thank you guys for watching. There should be 2 videos up the screen right now. Up on the screen right now. Comment, like, subscribe, do however you feel. Most importantly, have a good day, and once again, thank you for watching.